Subtract my age from the mileage on my speeding heart. Credit card. Buy this car to drive to work to pay for this car. Buy this car to drive to work.
Welcome to the Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today I'm doing a video on Pamela Anderson, her visit to The View, and Meghan McCain, really shining a bright light for her father's legacy. This is what he would want, I promise you. But first, please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The GoFundMe link is down there in the description box. Click that link and donate some money. It's not for us, it's for someone else, one of our subscribers and his wife. We don't make any money off of this, so please donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery, GoFundMe link down there. Alright, so last week, Pamela Anderson was on The View. Randomly, I guess. And, of course, as we all know, she's a supporter of Assange. Probably even like a friend of Assange. And I guess she wanted to shed some light on Assange. Either that or the View people brought it up to, I guess try and make him and her look bad. I would assume. But here we go. Here's Pamela Anderson on Julian Assange in the 2016 election on The View.
When you were visiting him, he was allegedly kicked out of the Ecuadorian embassy because he was defecating everywhere and creating messes.
No, that's a smear campaign. That's not true.
There was video of things that happened. I don't.
What would you do if you were locked in a room for
really quick
6 years?
So she, of course, McCain starts out just, basically lying. I would say lying. As you know, the former Ecuadorian president called the current president a fucking traitor for this. Also, WikiLeaks exposing, some of the dark money moving around there in that area of the world. So, Meghan McCain, we know what she's gonna do. Straight up, State Department talking points. Let's continue.
Well, I wouldn't be a cyber terrorist, which he is. He hacked information. His leaks included classified documents that put our national security at risk, our military,
You know who
and the
put our
lives of
national security
spies
at risk
and diplomats
is the
at risk.
military. How many people have
The military,
American
so-
government killed innocently, and how many has WikiLeaks?
So you think the military is putting the government at risk?
The military has put many innocent lives at risk.
Oh, calm down, sir. For real,
Now, part of me thinks she's playing the heel on purpose. Like, I think it's for building her stardom up, right? She's going the Mayweather route. Like, everyone will hate me, so they'll show up to watch me get killed or something. Watch me get beat up. So I think she plays that role. That's why she's still on the show. Like, oh, like the producers aren't like, oh, I can't believe you said that. You're fired. They're like, we're getting more, our ratings are going up every time she does stupid shit like this. Let her keep going. Like, I'm really curious if she even believes what she says. Right? She's looking down, reading something as she's talking. Didn't he put countless troops into harm's way, and he's a cyber terrorist, and blah blah blah. And they give her room to riff a little bit, play the villain, and of course, whoever's up there usually just makes her look stupid, as Pamela Anderson does here. While also saying something like, well, how many people does the U.S. government kill?
I'm actually genuinely curious about your relationship with him.
War crimes need to be punished, and they haven't. The war crimes that he's exposed, no one's done anything about it. But they put him in jail to shut him up.
Are you talking about the 210 video of the helicopter fire killing civilians in Iraq?
Yeah, well, that's one thing, but there's so many other things that he...
Now, I like that Pam did that. Which is, it's like, yeah, that's one thing, but there's all these other things. Like, I think a lot of people might stop right there, like, yeah, exactly. This event happened, and they'd go over the event, and it would make you think it's just this one isolated incident, rather than something, there's other shit happening, right? Hundreds of thousands of Iraqi civilians, they just don't happen to die You know, and you're only going over this one incident where, what was it, like 7 or 8 people died? It could be more, whatever, or less. Let's continue.
He's exposed, and it's not just America. He's exposed Russia. He's exposed all sorts of different countries.
That's a controversial area.
Another smart tactic, as in he's exposed Russia. Like, she brought that up on purpose. Dear God. People who would call Pamela Anderson a bimbo in the 90s are now like, fuck, I'm stupid. Either that or they'll try to feel less stupid by siding with Meghan McCain here.
Russia. A lot of people say that that as does the Mueller report, that Assange interfered in the 2016 election by conspiring with Russia to by releasing hacked emails, which hurt Hillary Clinton. It's almost like, is he responsible for giving us Trump? I mean, his timing and the way
the timing. But you know, Hillary Clinton is responsible for Trump. She's the one that
timing, though. What is he a Trump supporter?
No, I was with him.
A lot of people think he is.
Why would he help Trump?
Well, he wasn't helping Trump. He was trying to tell the American people true information that Hillary Clinton was doing, so they could make an educated choice. And I think FBI kind of put the nail in that coffin.
But do you mean to tell me that he had nothing on Trump? Come on, and that didn't get released.
I don't know. If he had something on Trump, he would have put it out there.
And also that
he had to
released her emails. I mean, the question I have though is like, what would you say to? I know that doesn't mean everything should be. The question I have though.
That's hilarious. Yeah, she wrote them. Like, that doesn't mean I'm. Time's up, right? She just pulled a Joe Biden right there. It's like, fuck it, I'll cut myself off mid-sentence. It's like, there's no defense of that. And here's her actual shit here. Actual crimes being, like, planned out. Here we go. Oh, crimes. Immoral actions, let's put it like that.
Is like spies that go out and put their lives at risk, like Congressman Will Hurd, who we were just talking about, who's dedicated, decades of his life to helping fight terrorism. It's classified information, I believe, is classified for a reason. I do have some faith in the U.S. government, although as a conservative, I have less faith normally than liberals do. So what would you say to the spies who are putting themselves at risk for our national security with your relationship with him?
Well, I don't think there's nothing proven that he's actually put anybody at risk. They've gone through this over and over again, and I think that people like Edward Snowden, Chelsea Manning are heroes, and Julian Assange is a publisher.
Putin also thinks that.
But also, Pam, he
See how see the acting cadence, the eyebrow, that weird shit. Let's see that again. That's hilarious.
Assange is a publisher.
Putin also thinks that.
But also,
the acting cadences. It's like, all right, you go, girl. One of those one-liner things that just fell flat. Anyways.
Oh, Pam, he put people.
Oh yeah, so the people who keep telling me putting people's lives at risk, putting U.S. soldiers or Afghani informants. Hopefully I said that right. Putting informants at risk. It's like, have those been corroborated? Let's be real. Is that what really happened, or is that State Department talking points? Or why don't they just arrest him on that? Right? Didn't they wait for? There's a deadline before they can, before they can start adding charges to Assange before they ask for extradition or something like that, and right, they waited till the last day, then they just raided his place and then added 5 counts of whatever, espionage or something. Fucking weird, man. That's weird. Here we go.
People in danger by refusing to redact sensitive information, including social security numbers and other private material.
I think New York Times and everybody else put out the same information. I think they actually put it out even before him. I think he redacted more than they did. So I don't know. It's a big thing. I think true information is true information, and I think
Exactly. They don't know.
that he's obviously he's gone where no man has gone before. So I guess we're putting him. He's the man in the whale's mouth. He's trying to set up it so other people can make sense of it, because it's a new thing. It's a new thing. We're used to business as usual.
What I'd love to know is what was he trying to do? What was his point? Because he actually did hurt quite a few people. He actually did. And
I think we just went over that. He didn't really. It's like, you hurt that guy when you called the cops on him and reported he was murdering someone. You really hurt that guy. Now he's in jail, you hurt him. Like, in that sense, okay. But make that argument then. I think she's just saying it because it sounds cool. Once again, like an actor thing. Like, oh, that sounds amazing. That sounds like... makes life feel like a TV show and we're watching something inspiring. Or whatever. It's like, I think he has hurt a lot of people. Even though we just went over the information that, like, Pamela's like, nah, not in that way. Like, define what you mean by that.
I want to know, what did he think he was doing? What was the outcome in his mind supposed to be?
Well,
I don't know. U.S., U.S. or any, well, they publish from all these other countries as well. But any type of crimes happening, that whistleblowers give WikiLeaks the information and they release it. I think that's how the process works. So it's like, once again, you have dum-dums on TV asking, like, why are you exposed? Why'd you call the cops? Why'd you call the cops? He was just minding his own business, murdering his neighbor. You should have just let it go. So now he's the criminal. You're the criminal for calling the cops on the criminal. Fuck. You see, like, the direction that the questions come from? It's very weird.
Obviously, there's other people probably could speak better for him than me, but he just believes in justice, believes in honesty, believes in exposing governments for what they're really doing, and people have the right to know what is happening, and there's so many awful war crimes that need to be exposed that, he really, his whole intention is to stop these senseless wars. War is a business. It doesn't help us. It doesn't help anybody. And I think he really... a lot of people, being in France, being in Canada, aren't too happy with America and how they meddle into everybody's business and start all these senseless wars.
But he's meddling in everybody's business too.
Well, he's exposing, but he's not saying his opinion. He's giving the information.
I get that you would be
He's a publisher.
I get that you consider him a whistleblower.
Well, he's a
but
publisher.
He's also dangerous.
Yeah.
But he's a publisher, and he's a publisher, and he supports whistleblowers.
He's certainly stirred up a lot in
Yes,
this country.
well, that's
He's
good.
a cyber terrorist. I'll
I
say
think
it.
the Republican
I'll
Party.
say it. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to stand by this. It's ridiculous.
We're going to have...
Told you she's an actress. She's not really that person. She's not really that person. Just make it a couple extra bucks. In time, I'm sure there's people that were on The View before she was, so they might get a bigger paycheck. In time, she'll have the biggest paycheck on that show. She's going to be the one keeping it running. Let's be real. But, yeah. So, someone just called the cops on a murder. That sounds like a sensible thing to do. Now, what if it's murder on a mass scale, but you have guys in really nice, $1,000 suits, $500 haircuts, and they're the ones doing the murdering? That doesn't count. Doesn't count. They didn't break the law. Well, they wrote the fucking laws. Is it wrong? So if you break that sense of morality, that innate sense of shit, that's fucking wrong. To where you don't need to argue about, data points and the letter of the law. You just look at it like, oh, that's wrong. Straight up. If you don't know that, then your barometer's fucking broken. In which case I'd be like, if there's any type of, big question to be asked, from the universe, I'm going to make sure, not that guy. Don't ask that person. They can't tell that, shooting a bomb and hitting, innocent civilians is wrong. They don't know that somehow. So it's like, keep them away from any type of mature adult, questions and answers. Just keep them on the side. Let them argue amongst themselves. Keep them away from grown people problems. But we let those guys rise up because our stature of morality is essentially based on how much money do you make. Right? I'll hire a PR firm someday. I'll be filthy rich and just hire a PR firm. That'll dictate my moral standing in the world.
Have a little bit of fun next segment.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that's the end of the interview. So, yeah, Meghan McCain playing the heel. The rest of them reading cue cards and shit, not really knowing what's going on at all. They'll forget about this in a day. Normal people probably won't forget. But the rest of them will forget after a day. Assange will go to jail for years and years and years. So make sure you forget that as well. Remember Epstein? No, don't remember him. That's the point. Don't remember that shit. Forget it happened. There's something else I want to look at from this dude. Now, if I fuck his name up, I apologize, but Dack Rouleau? I hope I said that right. But yeah, I've talked to him before. We DM'd each other. And, he tells me he tries to, I believe he's out in New Hampshire somewhere, so he gets a chance to talk to these guys when they flood in to pander for votes. And, he gets up to these guys and he always asks them about Julian Assange. From what I've seen, these last, couple of videos he's done. And the Andrew Yang video I did, where Andrew Yang gave a shit answer to a question about Assange, that was that guy. That was Dack. So check out his channel, subscribe to him, support him, give him some thumbs up so people see this, And, yeah. So let's just check these out so I can laugh real quick. So he got Beto O'Rourke on camera here. And he's going to ask him about Julian Assange. Here we go.
I have fellow candidates the same question, so don't worry. As president, would you support Julian Assange? Would you differ from the Trump administration and his prosecution of him?
Look, I just make sure that we do not treat the press as the enemy of the people, but that we also protect our elections, our democracy from attacks from without. I'm really concerned about the complicity, not just between the Trump administration and Vladimir Putin, but the close connection between WikiLeaks and the Russian security services. So, those are my feelings on the issue. We appreciate the question.
So, Andrew Yang fans, do you see the problem of pushing the Russia narrative? Do you see that now? Where's the evidence of that connects Julian Assange and Russia? Or even just Trump and Russia, really. Between Julian Assange and the Russian government and Donald Trump and the Russian government. I mean, really, I'd love to see that in the comment section. Show me the evidence. I'm sure you're going to go to the Mueller report, and I'm going to counter you with an article that debunks all of that. From a credible journalist. Actually, from several credible journalists. And then you're going to be stuck with nothing. Meanwhile, waving the Yang fucking photo. Yes, math. Smart logic. It's like, and then Assange goes to jail for the rest of his life. Some dude who tries to expose crimes that happen from these giant fucking entities like the U.S. government or even the Russia government, UK, all these fucking countries, Ecuadorian government. A dude who tries to point out their crimes is the dude we're going to let go to jail for the rest of his life. And also, it'll stop other guys from, being brave and stepping up and doing that as well. Whoever the next Julian Assange type, or the next Edward Snowden, or next Chelsea Manning, they're going to be like, fuck that shit. These people won't even stand up for me. Do you not see the relay of events that could happen because of these things? That's why Noam Chomsky wrote a fucking book about it, right? Manufacturing consent. This is one of those things. Just like Yang, O'Rourke would probably a little worse of an answer, but I think Yang might say the same thing. Because he believes the Russia narrative. And this one we'll just close out on because it's fucking funny. It's from the same guy, Dack Rouleau. I hope I'm saying his name right. And this is what we get from Julian Castro, or Julian Castro, on Julian Assange.
Hey, quick question for you, sir. Do you support Julian Assange?
It's a good question. Yeah.
That was amazing. He shot a fadeaway. You ever see that when someone talks? They talk in fadeaways. That's what he just did. It's like, where were you last night? I was at the bar. Did that fadeaway shit. I was just working late and now. Yep. Just like,
are you a fan of the Knicks? Yeah, Tuesday, yeah.
Oh my god. So that's by far the worst. Well, at least he didn't sell the Russia story, right? That was actually a better answer than Beto's answer. Probably better than Yang's answer, to be honest with you. So, all right, that was kind of funny. All right, that's it for me. Please subscribe if you feel like to this video and our second channel where we go live for sports and for politics for now until we get this channel's live stream back. Comment, agree, disagree, send me information. All of it's helpful, either for me or for other people looking at the comment. They can see links. They can see what you're saying. You can put out information. It's all helpful. Donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery. GoFundMe link is down there in the description box. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.